The AEW Control Center is off and running for another week. Hi everybody, it's Tony Schiavone, and welcome to a special edition. It's Bracketology Week, and we're gearing up for House of the Dragon, which premieres on HBO this Sunday. We kick off the AEW Trios Championship Tournament this week. We come to you live on TBS with AEW Dynamite tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, originating from the Coliseum in Charleston, West Virginia. Tickets for our fans coming to the event in Charleston are available at AEWTIX.com. And be sure to arrive early as additional matches begin at 7 p.m. local. And stay after for AEW Rampage as well. 8 teams will vie to become the first ever AEW Trios champions. And it all begins live on AEW Dynamite on TBS from Charleston. With a look at bracketology for the Trios tournament, here's AEW's Excalibur.
The AEW World Trios Championship Tournament kicks off on TBS Live this Wednesday at 8/7 Central at Dynamite, presented by House of the Dragon, premiering August 21st on HBO Max. The first tournament matchup will pit La Facción Ingobernable versus the Young Bucks and their mystery partner. Since the emergence of La Facción Ingobernable in AEW, Andrade and Rush have made a massive impact, mainly at the expense of the Lucha Brothers. And now by adding Rush's brother Dragon Lee to the mix, LFI have balanced out their power and intensity with the incredible speed and agility of one of the best high flyers in the world. With trio matches much more common in Mexico than the United States, one would have to imagine La Facción Ingobernable will have a significant advantage headed into the tournament. While AEW fans are already familiar with the two-time former AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, and their high-octane offense, after finding out that Hangman Page will not be their partner in the tournament, the Bucks are left scrambling to find a partner. While there's a lot of speculation that their mystery partner may be Associate Stooge Brandon Cutler, we will find out for certain this Wednesday at Dynamite. On the opposite side of the bracket, this Friday at Rampage at 10/9 Central on TNT, Best Friends and Orange Cassidy will meet the Trustbusters. Recently coming onto the scene here in AEW, the Trustbusters have made their presence known with dominant victories by the hulking Parker Boudreaux and closing out Rampage this past Friday night with a beatdown that left Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends laying. Will that be enough momentum for the Trustbusters to advance to the semifinal round? With wins in 3 of their last 4 matches as a trio, we know cohesion won't be an issue for Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, and Chuck Taylor. But how banged up will these 3 be headed into this tournament matchup? Best Friends have spent a great many weeks ranked in the top 5 of the tag team division, and by adding Orange Cassidy to the mix, it gives their team an element of unpredictability. But is it enough to counter the Trustbusters? Whichever of these teams advance to the semifinal round, a tough matchup awaits them in either the Dark Order or House of Black. Dark Order may be the closest thing we have to a family here in AEW, with 4 individuals that work extremely well with one another, both contrasting and complementary styles that make them extremely tough to prepare for. It's been said that any configuration of Dark Order will present a significant challenge for their opponents, and that is guaranteed to be the case in the quarterfinal round. But if there is one team we know will not be intimidated headed into this tournament, it is House of Black. The Dutch Muay Thai skills and tactical mastery of Malakai Black, the quickness and intensity of Buddy Matthews, and the explosive brute force of Brody King make House of Black a nightmare tournament opponent, and that's before you even consider the blinding Black Mist. Finally, perhaps the most intriguing quarterfinal round matchup will take place at Dynamite on Wednesday, August 24th from the Wolstein Center in Cleveland, Ohio. Death Triangle versus United Empire. Pac, Penta El Cerro Miedo, and Rey Fenix are among the most dynamic athletes, not just here in AEW, but anywhere in the world. With their high-flying, death-defying style, unlike any others, and a 6-1 career record as a trio here in AEW, Death Triangle may be the odds-on favorite, not just to advance to the semifinal round, but to win the whole thing. But don't count out Will Ospreay and Aussie Open just yet. New Japan Pro Wrestling's United Empire are as dominant of a trio that exists outside AEW and the true wildcards in this tournament. Fans have caught glimpses of the speed of Kyle Fletcher, the raw strength of Mark Davis, and the jaw-dropping agility of Will Ospreay, but we have yet to see this trio compete in AEW in a match with stakes this high. Tournament matches will continue throughout the month of August, and the tournament will culminate on Sunday, September 4th at All Out, live on pay-per-view, Bleacher Report, and Fight TV internationally, where we will crown the first ever AEW World Trios Champions.
The first question that needs to be answered in this tournament is who will be the partners of the Young Bucks? That question will be answered in Charleston, West Virginia at the Coliseum, live on AEW Dynamite on TBS. Regardless, the team of the Young Bucks and their mystery partner will have to contend with the team from the Andrade family office.
Wednesday on Dynamite, the first round in the Trios title tournament. A match that originated in Mexico, a match ingobernable.
This is stuff. This is easy for us. I know my brother, Rosa. I know my little brother, Dragon Lee. Everybody knows who I am. Wednesday in Dynamite, we will win the first match in this tournament.
La facción ingobernable is the best in the world, perros.
A lot of intrigue and a lot of wrestling as well as the tournament kicks off and culminates at All Out in Chicago on Sunday, September 4th. Also coming up on AEW Dynamite live on TBS from Charleston, West Virginia, it'll be 2 out of 3 falls. Bryan Danielson of the Blackpool Combat Club meets Daniel Garcia of the JAS.
Anarchy in the Arena was what they said it was going to be. It was anarchy in the arena. I had Chris Jericho dead to rights. Eddie Kingston, of all people.
He's got a can of gasoline! What the hell is wrong with that man?
A member of my own team comes down and pours lighter fluid on both Chris Jericho and myself, and he was going to light Chris Jericho on fire, which in turn would have also lit me on fire. Obviously, Eddie and I got into it. Chris Jericho took advantage of that, and because of that, I've been on the shelf since the end of May.
He went out! Danielson went out!
My hero, my hero, my hero, my hero. It's no secret at all. Bryan Danielson is my hero.
I just hope he realizes the opportunity that awaits him right now against arguably the greatest pound-for-pound wrestler in the world today.
He has taken me on an emotional roller coaster and have been there for so many moments of the formative years of my life. And when you hurt me, that makes me want to hurt you too. I cried when he won the world title. I cried when he retired. I cried when he came back. I cried when he retired again. I cried when he came back again. And I kept crying, and I kept crying, and I kept feeling for Bryan Danielson every single time. I'm gonna hurt you even worse than before. I'm gonna hurt you so bad that I end your career. And you're not just gonna have to call me the Dragon Slayer. You're gonna have to call me the greatest technical sports entertainer on the planet.
Some say he's the best pure wrestler in the world.
I've lost a lot in my career, and it isn't losing that hurts you. It's not being able to come back from losing. It took Hangman Adam Page over 90 minutes to beat me. It took Jon Moxley almost 30. Daniel Garcia beat me in less than 20 minutes.
Garcia tearing at the knees of Danielson!
He is what I always thought he was.
I put the American Dragon Bryan Danielson to sleep in the middle of the ring. I had him sprawled out. I had him vulnerable. I had him laid out on the mat.
He's out! Ring the bell, yes!
You know, I saw him as a 21-year-old wrestler wrestling in front of 250 people, and I saw him wrestle for 60 minutes. And I saw how aggressive he was, how good his grappling technique was, how he brought his heart into every single thing that he did, and I was impressed. And when I came to AEW, he was one of the first guys that I wanted to take under my wing, and because I knew that if I could take him under my wing, he would get to the very top. And sadly, he didn't come under my wing.
Bryan, when we get in the ring now, you want to talk about how, I'm a sports entertainer. I could be so much better if I just embraced pro wrestling.
Do you know what really pisses me off? Is that sports entertainment bullshit.
I'd be better if I didn't wear the Kangol hat. I'd be better if I didn't associate myself with Chris Jericho. Well, associating myself with Chris Jericho is exactly what I needed to do to beat you.
2 out of 3 falls doesn't intimidate me at all. I've wrestled many 2 out of 3 falls in my career, many going an hour or longer. I actually think it's a great proving ground because it's possible to beat somebody once, but to beat somebody twice, that's how you know who the best is.
Bryan, I'm gonna take your head, I'm gonna bounce it off the canvas like a basketball. I'm gonna put the Dragon Tamer back on you, and I'm gonna leave you asleep in the ring.
2 out of 3 falls we're gonna know for sure. He's gonna have to beat me twice. I'm gonna have to beat him twice. May the best man win.
But I don't need to be 100%. I need to live 100%.
I don't necessarily want my children to wrestle. I don't want them to follow in my footsteps if they don't want to. What I want for my children is to find something that they love as much as I love this.
And there is nothing that makes me feel more alive than being in this ring.
I've been on record as I saying I want to wrestle till the day I die. And there are people who love me very, very much who would love me to stop.
But my career will not end this Wednesday.
But for me to stop wrestling, somebody's gonna have to put me out.
After this one, there's not gonna be a chance for you to say you're stepping away from the ring, saying you're coming back. I'm leaving it at that. You are stepping away for good. And it's gonna hurt me just as much as it's gonna hurt you.
No dragon knows when they're gonna be slayed. If they did, they wouldn't go down.
This is a collision of 2 of the greatest technical wrestlers in all of AEW. Cannot wait for Danielson against Garcia, 2 out of 3 falls, coming up on AEW Dynamite. Also on the Dynamite card, live from Charleston, West Virginia, Toni Storm will meet Kylan King. With the injury to Chris Statlander, Storm has been propelled to the #1 contender for the AEW Women's World title. Kylan King returns to AEW after a lot of success on the independent circuit. Also, on our House of the Dragon AEW Dynamite episode, in tag team action, the Varsity Blondes meet the Gun Club. Problems in the Gun Club between father and sons. We'll see how that all plays out on Dynamite. We also have 3 matches to announce for Rampage this Friday. Hook will defend the FTW title against the Reality Zach Clayton. Clayton made his intentions known this past Friday on Rampage. Also, the AEW World Tag Team Championship will be on the line on Rampage as Swerve in Our Glory will defend against Private Party. And we'll have another quarterfinal match in the AEW World Trios Championship Tournament as the Trustbusters meet Best Friends. And after what happened at the end of Rampage this past Friday, this one should be explosive. So make your plans right now to join us for a tremendous week of AEW action. It all begins tonight with our House of the Dragon night on AEW Dynamite on TBS at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, as the AEW World Trios Championship Tournament begins. Our fans coming to the Coliseum in Charleston, West Virginia, once again, come early. Additional matches begin at 7 p.m. and then stay late. We will have Rampage immediately following Dynamite. Tickets available at AEWTIX.com. A gigantic night of AEW House of the Dragon Dynamite tonight live on TBS. Okay, for our fans in Cleveland, we're only a week away from our return to the Wolstein Center. AEW returns next Wednesday, August 24th. Get your tickets for Cleveland at AEWTIX.com. And this all leads up to our big week in Chicago for All Out all week long, with Dynamite live on Wednesday, August 31st, Rampage live on Friday, September 2nd, and then the big one, AEW's All Out pay-per-view live on Sunday, September 4th. The event is going to originate at the Now Arena, and combo tickets for all 3 events are available at AEWTIX.com. And another reminder to watch our upcoming AEW Dynamite from Charleston, as we will be announcing 3 new AEW October live events during the live broadcast on TBS. Where will we be in October? Find out by watching Dynamite. So we are all set. A very big week as we get ready for House of the Dragon debuting on Sunday on HBO with a live jam-packed edition of AEW Dynamite live tonight on TBS 8 Eastern, 7 Central. I'm Tony Schiavone from the Control Center. See you tonight live in Charleston and on TBS. We are AEW.